If you've learned that you're the target of a criminal investigation or you're at any stage in the criminal justice system, today is the day that you should start preparing for the things that you could do to accelerate your pathway home and to not only to get home, but to come home successfully. It's not good enough that you just come home if you don't have a pathway to build a successful life on the other side of the journey. I know a lot about that, and that's the reason that we launched the prisonprofessors.org website. Everything is free on the site. But today, what I'm going to be talking about is why you should build a profile on Prison Professors Talent. So I'm going to be using some of my technology to share my screen like I'll do right here. I built this little PowerPoint for a series of videos that I'm going to make. I'm going to record them all today and publish them on our YouTube channel in the days to come. But we'll also be using this slide in these videos in a course that we're creating for people in prison. Now, the first slides are going to be number one, why build a profile on prison professors? Number two, how to build a profile on prison professors. Number three, how to write a biography on prison professors. Number four, how to write a journal entry on prison professors. Number five, how to write a book report on prison professors. And number six, how to write a release plan on prison professors. These I want to cover in individual lessons of maybe 10, 12, 15 minutes each so that they're in bite-sized pieces. I'm going to release the first one today. Actually, I may release a couple of them today, but we will make them available on our website, which anybody can visit if you just go to prisonprofessors.org. Okay, this is where we create all types of free content as part of our advocacy efforts to help more people come home at the soonest possible time with their dignity intact and opportunities to prosper. I love this guy that's on the cover of our website. I think he's AI generated actually, but you see he goes in there wearing an orange jumpsuit, but by the time he comes out, he's wearing a suit. He is a businessman. He is a contributing member of society. He is not being defined by the worst decisions that he made in his life. Now, you'll see on this version that I'm making right here in this, I've got it kind of blocked out on the cover, but there's a button there at the top. Currently, and I'm filming this on Monday, July the 21st, currently it says donate because we are a nonprofit, but we get very few donations. Our nonprofit is basically built through the donations that I personally make, that that Justin Paperny, the founder of White Collar Advice, makes, and that a few selected people who are anonymous make to really help us make an impact on changing America's prison system. But we can only do so much, right? We can only work to try and influence stakeholders, influence law agencies like the Bureau of Prisons or other organizations. We could work to influence employers so that they will hire people when they've come out of prison. We could work to influence legislators so that they pass laws and open more opportunities for people to work toward earning freedom. That is something I'm very passionate about. I personally served 26 years in federal prison. Anybody can get that story just by scrolling through the website, and you can see all the different books that I wrote. You could go to my timeline, I think, down there, and read all about the entire journey, all the way through multiple decades in prison. But I really learned these pathways from by paying attention to other people who had gone through challenges. And I always make three promises on the website or in any of the courses that we do, that is, number one, I'm never going to lie to you. Number two, I'm never going to ask you to do anything I didn't do. And number three, I'm never going to charge anybody a penny for any of the content we give away on prisonprofessors.org. And everything is free for anybody who visits this website. But this website is really growing, and it's growing to build this mechanism that you can use to memorialize all the things that you are doing to demonstrate why you're a worthy candidate for an earlier release date, or for a higher level of liberty at an earlier time, or for income opportunities on the other side of the journey. I'm going to continue working to build pathways, but you have to do your part on the inside. And I'm going to share my screen with you and show you one of the awesome tools that we're building. And you can see it right here. That's what this website is available to anybody who's a part of our community, 100% free, okay? But if you try to go in there and build a profile, you will see I just built this one kind of simply here. This is not my actual profile. You could actually see my actual profile if you want to, just by, I could type in my name right here. We designed this so that it's very similar to the Bureau of Prisons website, where you can find anybody by their registration number or by their name. So I'm gonna use my registration number, 16377-004. Currently, you have to put the dash, but later I think we're gonna make it so it's just the number. And then if I search, you'll see that I pop up right there. Okay, and if I go to that profile, you will see a lot of information. And this site is still in development. It will always be in development, because one thing I have learned is that you're always building. You're always building for the future. I'm always building for the future. But this isn't about me, it's about you. Are you building for your future today? Are you building a pathway that might advance you as a candidate for a lower sentence, or if you've already been sentenced, for a higher level of liberty at the soonest possible time, or earlier release, earlier transition to home confinement, or income opportunities when you get home? All of these tasks are your responsibility. I can only show you how I did it. And if you scroll through there, you'll see that there are a few important points on this profile, which you should build for yourself. Okay? Just build your profile. And I'm going to show you how to do it in the next video. But right here, you will see that every time you contribute to building your profile, you can earn points. And these points show up on a leaderboard, okay? Like, here's a leaderboard that I'm going to show you of people who are building points, either as building tribes, which I will discuss in a later video, through their individual efforts to accumulate points, or what's going on over the next 30 days or over the past 30 days, okay? And you can see my friend Justin Norcott is there #1 in the past 30 days. So he's been adding quite a bit of content to his profile over the past 30 days. He's currently in a halfway house. See, if you scroll through there, you could actually see his profile page where he's building points. He's writing his biographies. He's writing journal entries. There's 103 journal entries. Okay, these are steps that he uses to advocate for himself and to build a body of assets. Look at all of these book reports that he has memorialized and documented, okay, including Earning Freedom, which I really encourage you to read and write your own book report on what you're learning from that. You could see his release plan, and you could notice that it is an iterative plan, right? He doesn't just write it once, he continues to update his plan. And look at the testimonials that have come. If I haven't left him a testimonial yet, no, I've already left him a testimonial. I think that's probably, yeah, prison professors. So you see, you should be doing all of this on your own, building a pathway that will help you advocate for yourself. I had to do that while I was going through prison. I went to prison in 1987, and I didn't finish my sentence until 26 years passed in 2013. But by memorializing the journey and showing all of the ways that I worked to prepare for success, I created opportunities. I created opportunities to build relationships with people while I was in prison, starting with mentors in universities, university professors, then going to business leaders who helped open income opportunities for me that were awaiting me when I got out of prison. I even met the love of my life inside of a federal prison when I was in my, I don't remember. I think I was in my 16th, I was in my 16th year, because we were married for 10 years, just nurturing our relationship inside of a prison visiting room until I got out. And and it's funny, I go into prisons, and recently I was in a prison and the people asked me, yeah, but are you still married to her? Kind of insinuating that I moved on, that I just used her while I was in prison to visit me and to have a relationship. But no, I've been married now for 22 years. And the crazy thing is I love her more today than ever before because she's my partner. And it's what I want you to be thinking about, building partnerships and relationships with people who can help to accelerate your pathway to success. But if you don't build a body of work that demonstrates why you are a worthy candidate of success, it's harder to get people to believe in you. I've got thousands of people who believe in me because of the work that I did while I was in prison. I've made millions of dollars because of the work that I did while I was in prison in memorializing my pathway to success. It's the reason that nobody can hire me to do anything, because I can make my own money in the real world. And that's all because of the efforts that I made while I was in prison and the way I memorialized and documented the journey. But this, again, it's not about me, it's about you. Only thing I can promise you is I will work hard to build mechanisms for people to come home. But when I am building those mechanisms, I am using leaderboards like I'm showing you up here. I am trying to show people in society why Celeste is as a candidate for early release. And she just got clemency from the president, by the way. I want to show leaders at Home Depot why they should hire, or any business, why they should hire these people. I want to show who is the hardest working person in the entire system. And I need to profile all of that on our impact page, which shows the efforts that we are making to build a better pathway to success. Currently, we have everything is free. We have 211 lessons. We have masterclass lessons. We have Ask Me Anything lessons. We try to collaborate with defense attorneys. We give books away. We believe that nobody should be, blocked from getting an education just because they don't have any money. We have right now 1,465 people who have built profiles, but if it doesn't have you, our work is not done. I've got to lift that to 10,000 people. And look at this. This is kind of a tragedy. 1,465 people have opened a profile, but only 429 have written a biography. You've got to be an active user to demonstrate why you're a worthy candidate. You've got to build your journal entries. We only have 6,000 journal entries, but we have 1,400 people. We should have 15,000 journal entries or more. And we're going to, because I know you're going to do your part. We only have 1,000 book reports. We need to have 20,000. We need to have more release plans and tribes originated. All of these things I'm going to explain in the future video. The only thing I can promise you is I'm never going to ask you to do anything I didn't do. And everything is going to be free, and I'm never going to lie to you. My name is Michael Santos. I am the founder of Prison Professors, and I believe in you. So get to work and be cool.